Hi YouTube, Mr. Kalbarri here. We're in Gingin, or Gingin, depending on how you want to call it, here in just the northern suburbs of outside of Perth, really. And today we're going to be flying over some of the Indian Ocean on our overseas trip in our Piper Archer, Piper Arrow, sorry. Coming out of Gingin, we're going to fly down to Burns Beach at 2,500. You can see up here that the VFR lane is not above 2,000, so we can be 500 feet above them. Pop straight through there down to Rottnest Island. Hi there, QF Aviator. Yeah, more than being close to Perth, we're actually going to be in Perth by the end of this flight. And a little bit of stop at Rottnest Island, probably hang around there for a little while. And then pop down past the Powerhouse and Adventure World to Jandakot, Western Australia, in Perth. How are you guys doing? We have, of course, pushed out one of these. It's easy for this one. Short flights as well, only less than 20 minutes for the first leg, and the second leg is 15. 15 minutes if we go full speed. Alright, so we got EET 8 minutes out, then 10 minutes out. Using about 2 gallons of fuel to get to Rottnest, and about another 2.2 to get to Jandakot. This will indeed be quick. We'll see how we go next week with having any air traffic controllers in Perth for the departure. It'd be nice to actually have a controller pop on for Jandakot, but we're going to stay outside of controlled airspace until we hit that Jandakot boundary, roughly 3 miles out of Jandakot. If anybody does want to show up as Jandakot Tower, feel free. I do have a funny suspicion that 7 PM at night on Sunday is probably not the best time for ATC to come online, but you never know. Someone might see us. So we're going to pick up this AWIS at Gingin here. Gingin. Is it a GIF or a GIF? We'll listen to the AWIS and they might tell us here.
Automated Weather Information Service. Gingin Airport. Time 0858 Zulu. Wind 220 degrees magnetic at 12 knots. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. QNH 1021 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
So, Gingin Airport. And wind 220 at 12, so we're going to be using runway 26. Written all the other details down. Let's head over to our aeroplane. Not sure if anybody were in it, but we had the VATPAC town hall today on the VATPAC Discord server. If you weren't there, make sure you check your announcements. But I'll probably pop up a poster version of the meeting later on. We'll see if we have permission to upload it and release it. Otherwise, it'll just stay in the archive forever. Hello, Matthew and Aaron. I'm flying just 1 hour behind real time, so it's about 3 PM. Look at the time when we jump in. Should be 08 UTC. Yep. Okay, inside we're going to drop this. There's the flaps. G'day Ben Bodie and Lachlan. Cool, let's get out and do our walk. Alright, the flaps are looking happy. Aileron. Yes, you can specifically fly the civilian Piper Warrior that the Pierce Air Force Base owns and stations at the exact location that we are looking at SGE today. So yeah, there's a civilian flying club that parks the aeroplane right there, in fact. In fact, I've personally flown Hotel Tango Mike out of Richmond Air Force Base. You can see some videos of that happening on my channel. Yeah, today's event was good. Flew in and back. So good old Newark. Pretty busy. Good stuff. Nose gear is good. Underneath here just to check the fuel. That's correct. It does depend on the aircraft or the Air Force Base. Well, Williamtown obviously literally has Jetstar flying there. And various other airlines as well, Rex I think. Flaps are looking good. And the tail is fine. Cool. Let's jump on in. We want an updated MD-11, that we do. Okay, we're closed up, ready. Alright, before we turn anything on, we'll have a look at what we're about to do. Passenger briefing. Alright, just on underneath your seat there, you'll find a seat belt. Make sure that's done up. Down next to us, we have trim, which is showing in the neutral range. It's gonna zoom a little bit out there so I can actually see it. In the takeoff position, which is the N. Cool. So, once we do start, we'll taxi out onto Alpha, right hand turn all the way to 26, make our CSAF broadcast and make a departure. Our safety speed is the liftoff speed, which is about 160, say again, it's about 60 knots. After that we'll climb up at about 80 to 85 knots, somewhere in that range, and then once we're in cruise climb, we'll let that accelerate up to 100 till we hit 2,500. Leveling off at 2,500, tracking straight towards the beach. That's Burns Beach at 2,500, and we'll continue on down to Rottnest Island. We do have an over water segment today, so I've packed our life jackets. They should be clipped over your shoulders and around the back. Keep it just you know, not blown up. If we do need to evacuate in the water, we'll make that very obvious. We'll get the door open before we touch down. Both locks open and jam it open as far as you can. Obviously there'll be a lot of slipstream, so that'll probably try to force the door shut. Just keep the unlocked position and as open as possible. Once we do make contact with the water, the aircraft will probably pitch forward. You may find yourself on the ceiling. During the descent, we'll get the seatbelts as firmly tightened as we can. We do have lap sashes and also over-the-shoulder straps. They should be done up very tightly if we do need to ditch. Once it is completely ditched, grab it open with your hand, pop open the seatbelt, and the door should already be mostly open. Give it a good ram and make your way out. Assuming that nothing like that happens today, we'll be landing at Rottnest Island. When we do come to a stop, the engine will come to a stop. I'll let you out. When we leave the aircraft, it's over the wing exit. We only have one door, and meet at the tail of the aeroplane. Hi there, QF Aviator. The CTAF here at Gingin is 118.5, and when we get to Rottnest Island, it's 126.0. And through this section, you probably need to monitor to Perth approach, Perth radar, essentially. Don't need to talk to them. You need a things that you need to fly out of an RAAF base. I know this because I've done it before. Is a sponsor. In my case, it was Arjun. In Arjun's case, it's the chief flying instructor at the flying club at Richmond. Basically, the sponsor says that they know who you are, and you've got a reason to be on the base, which is to fly aeroplanes. Then you get a photo ID. You need to be an Australian citizen. You need to show them proof of your Australian citizenship. That does, in fact, possibly mean a passport, birth certificate, that kind of thing. So you need to bring that with you. Driver's license if you have it. But the driver's license by itself doesn't prove you're an Australian citizen. So you actually need something else as well as driver's license. When you get to the base, there'll be a gatehouse out the front. When you get there, you wait for your sponsor to arrive. Once they've arrived, you walk into the base. The sponsor shows their ID. The guy at the gate will probably know who they are, or if not, they will at least scan the ID and check that it's real. And then they'll see who you are. You've got your forms of ID. There's my sponsor. The reason I'm wanting to enter the base is because I'm going to the flying club. I'm going to fly a plane around. And then they take your photo, and in about 10 minutes time they give you a temporary pass with your photographic ID on it, which you chuck in a lanyard and wear around. And in 5-6 weeks or whatever, they send you a hard copy proper card to your mailing address. But with the temporary card, you're allowed in the base until your physical hard card comes in. That's in addition to any other ASIC requirements, if you have any of those. As a private pilot, you'll have that, but as a student pilot, you probably won't, because you're always with your instructor. You're not allowed to walk around the airfield by yourself. Anyhow, that's how you get into an Air Force base, this one included, because this one actually has an active civilian flying club. Anyhow, once we do start our engine, we're going to go down that little taxiway there and make our way out. Let's get some stuff turned on, hey? Some random beeps. Good. Full mixture. Take the left side. Fuel pump on. 1, 2. Give it full throttle and none. pump off, and then a little bit of throttle. Make sure the parking brake is set. Look around the aircraft, make sure there's no one wandering around or anywhere near the propeller. Yell out just in case someone's laying on the ground. Clear prop! Give them a couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and chuck on the anti-collision light and start. Settle the engine at 1000 RPM. Close this up. Cool, flight plan. So we don't really need this, but we're going to chuck it in there anyway. We do have a large over water segment, so it's comforting to see the magenta line. Let's see, we're going to Blackburns Beach, which is BUB, Bub. The Australian one, not the Belgian one. And after that, off to Rottnest Island. There it is. Chuck that in there. .1185 is set. And we also want to monitor, not necessarily talk on, but monitor 122.8. Just in case someone's flying around and doesn't know that we're going to be there. So we turn that on as well, turn that on. Cool. Traffic, Gingin, Sierra Golf Echo is a Piper Arrow, taxiing from the GA apron to runway 22. We'll call once ready. Turn that thing on. And that one as well. Now it should be monitoring Perth as well. That DME is on 1137. There it is, 29.1. Yeah, I've got the links below, including the VTC. Taxing up. Hi there, Owen. How you doing? Quick look up and down the taxiway, making sure we're not going to interfere with anybody in the RAAF. And we'll make our way out. Cyclatives, g'day. So I said, fairly short flights today, about 20 minutes on this one and about 15 on the other. We'll walk around Rottnest Island a little bit once we get there. Not the entire island, that takes an entire day.
Traffic. Gingin traffic, Archer, Kilo Sierra Lima, taxiing to runway 26.
Gingin traffic, Delta Bravo Alpha is taxiing to runway 26, or call 10.
Singapore to Ho Chi Minh. I'll have to look into it. Sounds interesting. Thanks for the heads up. Write it down so I remember. What's up? Oh, TK. Just going to push over into the run-up bay of sorts. Park brake set, mixture fully rich. Let's bring up the power. 2000 RPM. $2,000 is set. Drops it down 100. Down to neutral. It's going to test the autopilot as well. Yep, we can overpower it. It's easy. Cool. Mixed to fully rich. Pump is in. Strobes on. Landing lights on. Traffic Gingin, Sierra Golf Echo, Piper Arrow, departing runway 26 via position 4. Good to go. Can't tell. I've got my full foot down. I've even got some brake on there. I'm going to go back. Traffic Gingin, Sierra Golf Echo, abandon takeoff, exiting via position 2. That was 100% rudder with some brake. Still wasn't able to get it on the satellite. What's the wind again? 220 at 12. Shouldn't be that hard. Let's check what the rudders are doing. Rather unfortunate. Yeah, P3D is better than FSX by far.
Gingin traffic, Tango Sierra Golf, mic check. Up the front.
So these old rudder pedals are not what they used to be.
Gingin traffic, Tango Sierra Golf, taxiing to runway 26 by Echo and Alpha.
The flight plan that we've filed is, as I've said on the channel earlier. We're coming out of Gingin. We're flying down to Burns Beach, which is BUB, and then across to Rottnest Island, which is YRTI. Might be in the market for some new rudder pedals soon. Traffic Gingin, Sierra Golf Echoes, holding short runway 26 ready. I guess they're doing
You can go
rudders. Cool. Traffic Gingin, Sierra Golf Echoes, a Piper Arrow entering runway 26 at position 4, straight ahead out.
Traffic Gingin, Archer, Kilo Sierra Lima will be lining up behind the Arrow.
Let's stick ever so slightly to the right of the center line this time. Maybe even aim it slightly off and see how we get out. A little bit of rudder on them. Right rudder, more right rudder, more right rudder. Got about 75% of the rudder in. There we go, we can take off.
Kilo Sierra Lima, Papa Archer shortly entering and rolling runway 26 for an easterly departure.
Gear coming up.
Correction southwest.
Didn't like having flaps out. Okay. Someone mentioned the A word, auto rudder. Auto rudder essentially gives up all control of yaw,
Traffic,
so we
Papa
can't do
Archer,
crosswind landing.
Kilo Sierra Lima rolling runway 26.
Flaps fully up, they already were. Cool.
Gingin traffic, Delta Bravo Alpha is lining up on runway 26 behind departing aircraft.
And we should be on a heading of 209. Time is 27. Roll it too far out. It's about there, I reckon.
Gingin traffic Tango Sierra Golf to Beechcraft Baron will line up after the departing aircraft.
Rob coming back. Minutes out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Gingin
35.
traffic, Delta Bravo Alpha is on runway 26 southwest departure, direct to Rottnest.
There's 2005. That out. Good stuff.
Gingin traffic Tango Sierra Golf Beechcraft Baron lining up runway 26.
What about on the heading? Roughly there. Yeah.
Gingin traffic Papa Archer, Kilo Sierra Lima departing on a left base, sorry, left crosswind for Rottnest Island. Gingin traffic.
Holding the trim, and we should be able to pull that back to about 12, 13. There it is.
Gingin traffic Tango Sierra Golf departing runway 26 to the southwest departure runway, correction, Rottnest Island.
35 knots for climbing. Idle descents. Ew, that'd be tough on your ears. The idle descent will give you about 1500 a minute, which is great if you're descending the last, 3,000 feet or so. But if you're pulling from 8,500 all the way down at idle power, ears will be popping like crazy, man. But yeah, 35 knots for the climb, that's pretty standard for an Archer. I used to do 80 knot climbs in the 172. But, whatever. What's 5 knots between friends? If you're doing a angle of climb, that'd be 65 knots.
Bravo Alpha is on
which is slow as hell.
Climbing
Best rate of climb was exactly 73 knots in the 172. Oh, this is this climb at 80 knots, keeps your nose down a little bit more. You're still doing 1,000 feet a minute. Time to check this out. That is peak. Let's bring it back down again. Alright, transponder on out, 1200, and it'll probably pop over to the 1260 soon. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9. yeah, it's less of a, like, obviously the aircraft descends at idle power quite happily. It's the way that the airlines do it, but the airlines have a pressurized cabin, as these things don't. There's the beach. We're aiming right on the corner of where the town is and the bit of nature strip there. We'll probably turn left ever so slightly. We're pretty well on course. Go 1 degree to the left. We'll be alright. There's aircraft going 2,000 feet straight up and down that shoreline there, so we want to be 500 above them. Check the QNH. Alright, we're out of the water. We can drop Gingin. We won't be going back there anytime soon. Let's grab this AWIS.
Weather Information Service, Rottnest Island, time 0933 Zulu, wind 190 degrees magnetic at 19 knots, temperature 17, dew point 11, QNH 1021 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
Cool, so the wind 190 at 19 knots. Runway 27 with a bunch of crosswind. Yep, that's all we can do. Alrighty, so we're about to go feet wet. In about 5 miles, if we do need to ditch, we're going to the water. Check that heading. I'd say that's about there. What does the steering thing say? 35, 35. Next one will be 9 minutes out, so that's 44. And the heading 209. 09. Alright, cool. Set. I've considered X-Plane. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely getting FS 2020. That's what that way. Even if it comes next year. RPM. There's a slightly richer peak. Manifold pressures sitting at, is at 25. Fuel flow is about 13 or so. Some boats. And that's where we're headed. Rottnest Island. 14 miles out, might as well make a broadcast now. Time 45, pretty much as we expected there. We suggested 44, it suggests 45, it'll take 45. Traffic at Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo is a Piper Arrow at 2,500, currently 13 miles to the west, so again to the east of Rottnest Island, inbound. We'll join circuit at time 45, runway 27, Rottnest Island. Now we're flying GA, no suit and tie for this stuff. We do suit and tie for the airliners with passengers on board. If it's cargo or if it's GA stuff, then nah. I don't fly suit and tie in the real plane, so no reason to fly this plane with the suit and tie on. Civilians having fun. I certainly do wear trousers in the winter when it's cold. I'm currently wearing trackies, kind of grey colour tracky dack. I think it's just about time to start descending at 10 miles out. Ah, we're on the wrong one. Rottnest Island. Rottnest Island traffic, Sierra Golf Echo is a Piper Arrow. 2,500, we are 10 miles to the northeast of Rottnest Island. We'll be entering overhead to join mid-downwind, runway 27, estimate circuit time 45, Rottnest Island. That's covered off, we'll cross over the field at 1,500. And we will need the other fuel pump is on, other tank is on. Pump is off at the moment. Starting on down. We're doing runway 27. It's almost a direct crosswind, but ever so slightly, like 5 degrees, favouring runway 27. Plus 27 is the preferred runway at Rottnest anyway, so we'll do that. Contact should be just around here somewhere. There it is. On the side of the lagoon. Outside shore. So you just cut straight across the lagoon. Pop a
Rottnest Island traffic, Piper Archer Kilo Sierra Lima is 10 miles to the east inbound, runway 27.
That's
We'll join the circuit for runway 27 at approximately time 5-2. Rottnest Island traffic.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf is approximately 7 miles from the field, joining the circuit at 2 minutes 5.
That's alright, Patrick. PDC was fine, and departure frequency was a little bit odd, but I could see a departure there. Altitude not giving us that is normal. It's literally in the SID. It's a horrifically low altitude of 2,500.
Alpha is 10
Anyway.
miles east of the field. We'll be joining SEX runway 27, estimated time 4-6.
Traffic estimating 4-6, even down for midfield downwind or full?
Full Delta Bravo Alpha.
Going. Increase that descent rate a little more. There's the beeper. There's 15. We'll cross over at 15. We'll lose this, lose some speed now. In the wide arc. Gear coming down. Three green. Join in now if you want it. We'll spend some time at Rottnest. We won't be just doing a touch and go. I plan to shut down and walk around for a bit. I'll give you 15 minutes. Hi there, flight simulations. I have flown real aeroplanes, including Piper Cherokees, Piper Archers in particular. It's been a while. Not currently active as a pilot, but I have been in the past. 2003 to 2004, and again in 2012 to 2015. Haven't flown for 5 years now. Traffic, Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo is turning downwind, runway 27. I'm not an airline pilot for Virgin Australia. I've known a few, one in particular. Tiger. I know one of them as well. His name's Brent. Okay, landing gear is down. Mixture fully rich, prop fully forward. Brakes are released. UMP pump is on. Seats and the harnesses are secure. There's our friends over there. Come on, Sim. traffic, Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo turning base runway 27.
Rottnest Island traffic, Kilo
Yeah, all
Sierra
flaps.
Lima Archer is joining crosswind for runway 27, Rottnest Island.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf joining downwind runway 27.
Rottnest Island traffic, Delta Bravo Alpha is left hand runway 27.
70 knots. Slight overshoot, we'll come on back in. I think I'm sitting too far off. It's one side of the cockpit. And a bunch of crosswind as well coming out from that way. Got a bit slow there. Going to do some side slipping here on that annoying rudder. That's not working properly. All those issues. Side a bit. Oh, golly.
Delta Bravo Alpha is turning base runway 27.
Rottnest Island traffic, Archer Kilo Sierra Lima joins downwind runway 27, Rottnest Island.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf extending downwind.
Delta Bravo Alpha turning front.
Sierra Golf Echo on the go around. Had a bit of an issue with the rudders again.
Stupid rudders. Short final Delta.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf turning base runway 27.
Right, ready for that crosswind. Yeah, looks to behave themselves now. Getting there.
Delta Bravo Alpha backtracking runway 27. Rottnest Island traffic.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf on final runway 27.
Rottnest Island, Delta Bravo Alpha is second.
Rottnest Island, Archer Kilo Sierra Lima turns base runway 27, full stop, Rottnest Island.
Traffic, Rottnest Island. Sierra Golf Echo is turning downwind runway 27.
Stop, Rottnest Island.
Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf backtracking runway 27.
Yep.
Tango Sierra Golf is clear of all runways. Rottnest Island traffic.
Pumps are still on. Mix is fully rich. Prop is fully forward.
Rottnest Island traffic. Archer, Kilo Sierra Lima, fatal runway.
The Rosgurla, I've linked them below. It's on the taxpayer funded website. Air Services Australia. Traffic Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo, turning final runway 27. Full flap. Takes you all the way to the end, do the turn around in the bay, and then come on back. Barely even see the runway through some of that approach. Kind of sitting in the corner between the prop mound and the windscreen post. Gonna turn into the wind. Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo, backtracking runway 27. Traffic, Rottnest Island, Sierra Golf Echo has vacated runway 27. .20 knots of wind coming straight up her tail at the moment. Brakes are set. Let's have a look around. Quokkas, indeed. This is the home of the quokka. One of very few islands in the world that even have quokkas. Quokkas are a small little rodent. Well, it's not a rodent, it's a marsupial related to the kangaroo and the wallaby and the koala. Like everything else in Australia. It's about the size of a, I guess it's a reasonably sized domestic cat. Big smiley face and yeah, rather cute little animal. The Jimmy Woods Terminal. A little gap here. That's cool. Interesting. Well, Rottnest Island, I'm sure there's not much outside the airport, so we'll go back in. Let's get to Perth before the sun sets. Jump back in. Cool, everyone's not bothering to backtrack. We can do that. Entering on, we could go on Charlie. All the way to the end. Or Bravo. Either way.
Traffic Delta Bravo Alpha is left crosswind down, left downwind runway 27, passing 1,000 to 3,500 feet.
Alrighty.
Traffic.
Clear prop.
Tango Sierra Golf, turning, correction. Rottnest Island traffic, Tango Sierra Golf, turning left crosswind, runway 27.
1000 RPM.
Traffic.
So from Rottnest Island, we are flying to POWR, which is Powerhouse. And then to ADWD, Adventure World. And finally Jandakot. Gonna pre-fill Jandakot CTAP. Hard to spot on that one. User here 1181. Traffic Jandakot, Sierra Golf Echo is taxiing runway 27. Call when ready. Now the weather's been a little bit off for a while now. I haven't actually gone and opened it up with a screwdriver yet. Come to a stop there. Let's do the run up. 2000.
Rottnest Island Traffic Hotel X-Ray Mike is taxiing to runway.
Rottnest Island traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, entering runway 27, departure left-hand downwind. Mixture full, prop full. Pull the rudder again. Say about 80% of the rudder. There we go. Get off the ground. Get that rudder out. Gear up.
Jandakot Traffic Hotel X-ray Mike, taxiing runway 27.
Time 09, but we'll chart it again once we're on the downwind. Time 10. And we'll climb out to 2000. Yeah, 2000, maybe even 1005. Because the other traffic on the VFR lane is going to be at 2000 feet.
Jandakot Traffic Hotel X-ray Mike, entering runway 27 at Charlie.
Rudder silent traffic, Sierra Golf Echo at 1500 on the extended left-hand downwind. Departing field to Jandakot.
Jandakot traffic, Tango Sierra Golf is on right downwind runway 24 right, 2 miles from the field.
It's time 10.
Jandakot traffic, Delta Bravo Alpha is on left down runway. Sorry, right down runway 24 right, Jandakot traffic.
Time 20. So powerhouse at time 20. Hey, 123024 and 06. Let's chuck in an autopilot.
Jandakot traffic, Tango Sierra Golf joining base runway 24 right.
Heading 127. East 15, that's heading to come off.
Jandakot traffic, Tango Sierra Golf turning, final runway 24 right.
Just Bravo Alpha turning dates for runway 27 right. Jandakot traffic.
Weather Information Service, Jandakot Airport, time 1014 Zulu, wind 220 degrees magnetic at 9 knots, visibility 25 kilometers, present weather, no significant weather, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 16, dew point 11, QNH 1021 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Jandakot Airport, time 1014 Zulu, wind 220 degrees magnetic at 9 knots.
220 at 9. Runway 24 left. I'll take it.
Tango Sierra Golf has vacated runway 24 right.
Kill. Just Bravo Alpha turning final runway 24 left.
24 right.
Jandakot traffic.
Yeah, we'll do 24 right, the long one. Of course. Get down the beach a bit more. Time 16. Is that correct? That's the pier, so we should be there. That's Power House right there. Traffic Jandakot, Sierra Golf Echo is Piper Arrow at 2,500 overhead Powerhouse, tracking inbound via Adventure World. I will enter traffic runway 24 right, traffic Jandakot.
Delta Bravo Alpha is vacated runway 24 left.
Heading essentially directly east. The wind is 220 at 9 knots.
Jandakot traffic, Hotel X-ray Mike is making a right downwind for runway 24 right.
That's the lake. And for that motorway right there. Descended too much. Traffic Jandakot, Sierra Golf Echo at 1,300, climbing back to 1,500 at Adventure World, turning to join runway 24 right hand downwind. That's the runway. $100 knots. And we can relax back into the
Jandakot Alpha is crossing runway 24.
Extra fully rich, prop fully forward. Let's bring the gear down. Okay, brakes are released, undercarriage is down, mixture fully rich, prop is fully forward, pump is on, landing lights are on, and seats are secure.
Roger, everyone.
Traffic Jandakot, Sierra Golf Echo turning base runway 24 right. Traffic Jandakot, Sierra Golf Echo turning final runway 24 right.
Traffic.
Jandakot traffic, Sierra Golf Echo, vacated runway 24, right. Flaps to the floor.
Okay, I've got traffic, Hotel X-Ray Mike is vacating at Foxtrot 3.
Parking reserved. Alright. Grass it is. How do we get into the grass? Up there, I reckon. Say. I don't know, but that looks like the grass up there still. Brakes are set. Don't know how they're still bright, but they are. Battery on. Fine. I remain a mystery. See you, QF. Alright, so the plan is on Monday we're doing milk run. On Wednesday we'll be taking this plane down to, I think Albany, as far as Albany, via Bustleton and that kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll swap aircraft into the Beechcraft Duke at some point over the desert, so we can get some of those big long stretchy legs. Having a look at the map, I have decided on the following plan, and that plan is, so on Wednesday we're flying down via Bunbury, Bustleton and into Albany. Probably on Friday or Sunday we're going to take the Duke via Narrogin, Cunderdin and Murrin. Then on Milk Run Monday, Spilled Milk Run, I'm going to take it out of Murrin all the way up to Alice Springs in one long 711 nautical mile trip at 21,000 feet. Tomorrow I'm not sure yet. Really not sure yet. Don't know. I'll think of something. Yeah, got no idea. Anyhow, that has been the next leg of GA around Australia into Perth. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao for now.